Okay guys, today I'm going to do a review of the Gerber Steadfast. It's a sheath knife. I've had this for a while. I bought it at Dick's Sporting Goods. I think I paid about 50 some bucks for it. That's actually what it retails on Gerber's, $53. Get a good look at it there. It's a pretty hefty knife. Overall, it's about 10 3/4 inches long. The blade is about 6 inches long. It's a drop point blade, as you can see there. Got a bead blast finish. The handle does come apart. You got a little Torx key in the end of that, or Allen key in the end. You just unscrew it and it will pull apart, so you can disassemble it for cleaning. You could even probably make your own handle if you want. It does have a pretty good one though. It's a rubber. It's kind of a textured grip. You can see it there. It's pretty beefy handle. I mean, it's can't wrap my fingers all the way around it there, which is good. I kind of like that. You get a good, very good grip. It's a kind of a tacky tread to it. Blade is actually pretty thick. I think it's made of 440A steel. Let's see here. Yeah, 440A stainless steel. The nylon sheath has a protective liner in there, and you can't pull that out of there. I have tried that. I wish more companies would actually make that removable. That way, if you do use it, say on hunting knives or something like that, you use it, you can take the liner out and clean it. That way, you're not putting a clean knife back into a dirty sheath and contaminating the blade, which probably be a little nicer to have. The sheath actually, I mean, it's a light, just real flimsy. It's not the best in the world. You could probably stick this knife in a drop leg sheath, like a jump sheath, something like I have for the Ultima. Would probably work. I haven't tried it yet, but as far as anything, the sheath does okay. It is fairly long. It does come with a leg strap, so you can strap it down to your leg so it doesn't bounce, because that will bounce around a little bit. Like I said, I haven't known Gerber to be very good at building sheaths. I mean, all their sheaths they spend a lot more time on their knives than they do on their sheaths, and the sheath needs to be just as good as the knife, I think. And this one, just the nylon, it says it's ballistic nylon. It just feels kind of a little too soft, but so far so good. I've used it a few times, and it seems to be fine. The knife, I'm really pleased with it. It holds an edge very well. Like I said, it's pretty robust, so you can take off small branches and things like that. I don't recommend batoning the back of this because it does have a thin spine. It's a thick blade, but they kind of grind it down here to a point at the back. So if somebody wanted to, they could actually sharpen the backside and make a double edge, which I don't see any need to do that. But as far as anything else, if you try to baton that, you're more than likely going to break your baton or whatever you're using to hit the back of the blade with. Like I said, and more than likely too, that's thin enough you may actually snap the back of the blade. It may just take a chip out of it, but like I said, it's a fairly thick blade. I mean, that's every bit of 1/4 inch or a little more thick, but it just kind of ground down to that point there. But it has enough heft. I mean, you could take and whack some smaller branches off or something like that in a jiffy. I mean, you could cut firewood if you had to. I would assume. I mean, I haven't tried that. I've got axes and things like that if I ever need that, but if this is the only knife you had, you more likely would be able to do that. But like I said, it's a very good knife. I do like it, and I mean, I haven't been known to like Gerbers. I have bought a few recently, and they're starting to change my view. I haven't been able to find anything to say that this is a China Gerber. The only thing it says on there is Gerber. It doesn't have any other markings on it. I don't recall seeing anything under the handle on the tang. Might have to take it apart and find out again. But so far, like I said, it's a very good knife. I've used this a good bit. It doesn't show a lot of wear, which is nice. The blade, like I said, it holds an edge very well. And this is the only knife I know of that I've gotten that has had a very sharp point. A lot of knives just seems like, I mean, I don't think they run these through a machine. I think that somebody actually hand sharpens these with the machine, and so the edges aren't always uniform. And this one, is pretty good. I mean, both sides seem to be about the same angle. Sometimes I get just one side's a little longer than the other, basically, if you look at it that way. But this one looks very, very good. If you look down the tip of it, you see both sides of the edge are pretty uniform. Like I said, it is a very good knife. If you had a little wider pommel, I would maybe make a little wider pommel. That way, you can hammer some things with, because this does, I mean, like I said, attaches to the full tang, does basically go all through the knife. If you had something like that, it would hammer a little bit, and I'd give you something to, that way your hand doesn't slide off the end. Just a little longer and a little wider, maybe. Something like on the Bear Grylls series has that little hammer at the end. The problem with that, I actually think that's just attached to the handle. This, like I said, is all the way through the knife, so this would be strong. You could do stuff with that, but I mean, it's just a small target to hit. I think if just been a little wider, it'd been a lot better. And it kind of makes I think it'd be a little better if it was a little wider, would make the knife look a little better. But as far as anything, it's a very good knife. It's their tactical series. If you do go on gerbergear.com, you'll find it there. All in all, it has been a good knife. I mean, like I said, I'm not a big Gerber fan, but they're starting to change my mind. I think they've made this in the past and just recently brought it back. So far so good. I do like it. Like I said, very little wear on it. I mean, there's a little bit at the tip where I've sharpened it just a little bit, because I do like the tip very sharp for fine work. But other than that, it's stayed plenty sharp. I haven't noticed any rust or anything. Maybe just a little bit down here at the edge, or right there where the Gerber sign is. Other than that, that's not too bad. So I got plenty more where this came from. I just pulled my box out of the closet, and there's a lot of knives I haven't gone through yet. So we'll get to some more of those. I appreciate it, and just leave some comments. Thanks.